Yeah. Damn, man. Scrumptious. So you're thinking about becoming a truck driver. Well, I'm going to give you the 411 on what you need to know. That'll help you plan out your thinking methods. The first thing is can you afford to become a truck driver? And you're probably looking at me going, what the hell is he talking about? Well, I'll put it to you this way. It costs money to become a truck driver. First thing you got to figure is you got to be 21, first of all. And then you got to have the money to do it. You got to have the money saved up for school. And you got to have enough money to hold you over while you're in training. And all that other good stuff. So, if you're married and have kids, and have a mortgage payment, car payment, electric, cable, all that stuff, it's going to be hard for you. Now, most schools like Roadmaster, well, I'm going to speak for what I know. Okay, I don't know about other schools. I went to Roadmaster's driving school in Orlando, Florida. Okay, I had the GI Bill take care of my stuff, which I was very fortunate for. So if you're a prior military veteran, or you're coming out of the military or whatever, and you want to become a truck driver, you can use your GI Bill for truck driving school. But if you're not a veteran, you have to apply for a student loan or whatever. But if you come out of pocket for it, it ends up costing you like, I think, $6,000 for Roadmasters, 3-week course. If you end up doing a student loan, it ends up costing you like $7, $8, maybe $9,000, depending on your credit score and all that other good stuff. So there you go. So now you got this school loan you got to pay off, and then most companies will do tuition assistance. Okay, most companies will do tuition assistance, and basically what you'll do is like Werner, you'll say, hey, you're gonna take such and such money out of my check every week for my student loan or whatever. And that's how that works. And then you kind of like sign a contract that you have to drive for them for the first year because they're going to help pay your school loan off. Which isn't bad, okay? But still, while you're in training with your trainer for those 2 months that you're in training at Werner, I'm only going to use the things I know for sure. Like I'm using Werner because that's where I went. I can't speak for Swift and Stevens and all them, but they're relatively the same setup. I know that Swift does have their own driving school. Excuse me, there's a freaking bug flying around. Swift has their own driving school, but I don't know the particulars on them. I'm going to give you the particulars on Werner and how I did it. Okay? When I did it, I was broke. The only saving grace was that I had just enough to scrape by. And I had the GI Bill take care of my student loan. And Werner, as a veteran, does this thing called the Apprentice Program, and you get a certain amount of money from your GI Bill every month. Every month? Yeah, every month while you're working at Werner, your first year, you're allowed to draw on your BAH. Like as if you were going to school full time, you'd be able to draw your BAH as a veteran. Which is great at Werner. They do that. That's nice. But anyway, what the main thing is you got to have money to hold you over while you're going to school and while you're in training. So you got to figure 3.5 months. Well, let's see. 3 weeks for Roadmaster, then another week, give or take, and then 2 months of training. Call it 3 months. Call it maybe even 3.5 months, because you're gonna have to probably quit your job to go to school for those 3 weeks, and then you're gonna have to go to training for 2 months. So you got to figure you got to have enough money to hold you over for food and all that stuff while you're in training. You don't need a lot of money while you're in training for food. You're going to be in a truck with a trainer, so it's not that crazy. But still, you got to be able to pay your bills and everything. You know, while you're in training, you're not getting paid that much money, and while you're out there your first year, you're not getting paid that much money. So there's a lot to think about. But here, the main thing is this: is if you're thinking about driving a truck and you got a clean license, because that's another thing. You got to have a clean license, or else you're not even going to be able to get accepted into driving school. Like if you have tickets on your license, or you've got accidents or whatever, DUIs, you ain't even gonna get accepted to driving school. So get that cleaned up first. Once your license is cleaned up, then start calling companies. Before you even start calling driving schools, call companies. Call Warner, call Swift, call Stevens, call Prime, call JB Hunt, call Schneider. Call all those places up. And it's kind of like you're fishing. You know, you're putting your pole out there, you're fishing. And whoever calls back first says, hey, I received this information you want to know about our company. And then, boom, there you go. Start writing. What you want to do is you want to write down questions. Get a piece of paper and write down how much do you pay, how much home time do you have, how much is your medical benefits, what happens when you break down, what kind of trucks do you use, do you have APUs, do you have refrigerators, do you have this, do you have that, anything that you can come up with, have it all written down on a piece of paper. That way when that recruiter calls you, you could ask all those questions and then set it up. Okay, Warner does this, Swift does that, Stevens does this, Schneider, you know, so forth and so on. Then you look at all these different things. Okay, they do this, but they do this, but they don't do that, and so forth and so on. And that'll help you pick which company you want to work for straight out of driving school. Second thing you want to do is, once you pick that company, get a pre-hire. Get a pre-hire, okay, from that company. Like, before I even went to driving school, I got a pre-hire from Warner. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this is because if you do the Roadmaster thing, then you only have 3 weeks of school. The first week of school is all classroom-based training, getting you prepared to take your test at the DMV to get your permit. Okay. Second week, after you have now that you got your permit, you're on the range doing backing tests, backing skills, and you're out there on the road doing that. And then the third week is when you start doing job placement. You start doing applications for different companies and blah, 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 blah. But if you already have a pre-hire from a company, you don't have to worry about all that stuff the third week. All you got to worry about is practicing and practicing and practicing on the range and making sure you nail that test the third week so that you get your license and everything's golden. And then, boom, you go off to orientation the following week. And it's all free-flowing. It just all happens in sequence, okay? And that's kind of how you got to do it. You got to set it up to where it's going to keep flowing for you. Because if you have a break and you do this and that, it's going to just prolong you getting another paycheck. So you want to set it up to where you're in school for 3 weeks. You got money saved up to hold down the fort for those 3 weeks. And then, boom, you're in orientation on that fourth week. That and now you're starting to get a paycheck again. It may not be a lot at first, but at least it's something. And you got to start somewhere, people. But I mean, I can go on for hours and hours and hours about how to do this, but those couple of things I just told you right there are the main ingredients for becoming a truck driver. And another thing too, this is the most important thing about it, because a lot of these guys will get into trucking and be like, oh, this sucks, it's hard, it's this, that. I even got out of trucking. I got out of trucking after my first year. I got out of trucking because my wife says, oh, I can't take it anymore, come home, please, we miss you. Boom, so I got out of trucking for a month. I thought I was going to be able to turn wrenches, doing the thing I went to school for back when I got out of the military the first time. And that job didn't work out, so I became a car salesman for like a month, and it didn't work. There was no money to be made, so I ended up coming back out on the road. And I'm here at Raven Transport, loving it. Greatest, man, I'm having a ball over here at Raven Transport. A lot of good things going on over here at Raven Transport. Watch some of my other videos to find out, or just ask me questions in the comments below. But, yeah, so I got out for a whole month, and then I came back because it kind of gets in your blood, and there's really good money to be made out here on the road once you get some experience under your belt, and all that other good stuff. So, like I said, I can go on for hours, but if you have any specific questions pertaining to this video, the comments below, right there, boom. Or you can hit me up on the Facebook links below. Or if you want a Little Guy Trucker t-shirt, go to the link below that says Zazzle. Check that out, and make sure you, when you click on that link, you go to that on the left-hand side. I think it's called Content Filter. Make sure you turn it off so you can see all the items that you can purchase if you like. Very cheap. I set it up so you can get whatever you want. What else? yeah, so questions, concerns, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share this video with your friends, don't forget to spread the word, to be safe out there on the road, all that good stuff, and I'm out of here. I'm going to go finish my green drink, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. Cheers. No, Joey, get off of that damn treadmill. Joey, no!